I'm having my one.
Hello and welcome to the 71st episode of the I'm Having My One podcast. I'm joined this episode by three absolute golden nuggets of human beings. I'm here with Paul, Seb and Rhys. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, gentlemen.
At
least one of us says that every time. I love it. Hey, Tom.
Hello. Last episode, I confidently said that we'd be talking about GMT's game Time of Crisis this week, but although we have played it in the last week, we've decided we want a bit more time to work out what we think about that one. So we'll bring that to you in a future episode. Instead, this exciting episode will bring you a somewhat lighter game called My Gold Mine. And we'll also be bringing you our regular topic of On the Table, where we chat about what else we've been up to in our gaming. But we'll come to that in a bit. For now, let's shrink down to fantasy dwarf size, easier for some of us than others, and go delving for this gold and dragons in them there hills. We have just had a couple of rounds of My Gold Mine. This is a really nice little box from Kosmos. The first came out in 2021 from Dr. Hans Joachim Hall, no less, who apparently has a PhD in philosophy. Good job, Hans. In this game, you play a group of dwarves competing to get the most gold out of the mine before you get roasted alive by the resident dragon. It is, so this is what we're playing actually, it is a bit sort of Clank light in some ways, but maybe we'll come back to that point. The game is played by choosing from two options on your turn, either to move towards the escape or collect more gold, but you do that at the risk of being caught by the dragon's flames. The game combines these simple choices very nicely with some push your luck and some opportunities to mess up other people's goes, which is great. So what do we think of My Gold Mine?
Great little game. Really enjoyed that. It's funny.
It's pretty good. I think that makes it for me a little bit is that being able to mess each other up a little bit with that card that you can swap your places on the mine. Right, that's very entertaining.
I like the brinksmanship of, like, you know, how you get in Quacks, Quedlinburg, where, you know, you're basically rolling the dice each turn. Just not literally in this game, but you are rolling the dice just in case you get burnt. And that's a really entertaining part of that game. It's not something you could play for hours, but it's a great filler and a really good one. I imagine playing with children.
Yeah,
not right. 40-year-old men. Yeah. But it was fun. I enjoyed it.
You still had a good time, right?
Yeah, but I'm still in my very late 30s, thank you.
Well, yeah, me too, but, you know. Yeah.
I thought you were in your very, very, very early 50s, Paul.
No, that's just the bald spot makes it look like that.
Yeah, it's a very, very family-focused game. I have just played this recently with my 6-year-old. We just got absolutely destroyed in it. We did do it as two players, which it recommends playing slightly differently, but we ignored that and just played it anyway and just got roasted on it every single time. And we were playing just two players, and I don't know if we were playing it perfectly. We were learning what we were doing a little bit, but we had a much different sort of game tonight. Like one of the things that came up in that game when we were playing it at the weekend was that you had the kind of the double dragon. Maybe I'll just explain how that works a little bit. Is that one of the risks, like the push your luck bit that you're hinting at there, Seb, is that you draw the cards over to potentially get more gold, and one of those choices moves you further towards the dragon, one of them moves them further away, one of them just gets you a bit of gold. But the next card that you reveal could be the dragon, and that is the dragon moving gradually further to the left across these cards that are laid out, and potentially eating the dwarves as you're going along. And when we were playing at the weekend, we definitely had occasions where you just had two dragons in a row, and it's just then devastating because it just, you know, you just get destroyed so easily. We didn't have that too much tonight, but when it did happen, it was very funny.
It was a very entertaining game. I can see it definitely being brought out with my children. Even with us lot, I was particularly enjoying it. It was a lot of giggling.
Yeah. There's enough interaction there, and with that kind of swap player mechanic as well on the exit cards, it just does make it a bit of fun. But it's light-hearted. No one's going to get too offended by it. And you can also, I mean, there was, I think it was the second round that we played, two of you were right next to the exit And, I was like, well, do I go for gold or do I just go for an exit and hope I get a push all back and then they're out of the round and can't collect any more gold? So there's these little kind of tactics you can use, which is great. And in a simple game, you kind of want those options, right, to make it interesting, and to give you those moments of, which there were quite a few of them for such a short little game. There were a lot of those.
I think it needs those, right, for it to be the sort of game that that maybe we would play happily, as well as that being a family friendly kind of game. I think it kind of needs those kind of moments, and it was full of them.
I tell you what, it'd be a great game for after playing 10 hours of Twilight Imperium, where you need to bring a little smile back to your face.
I don't think there is any game I want to play after playing 12 hours of Twilight, to be honest. I'm quite happy to just go to sleep at that point, but I know I get your meaning. But yeah, you do want any family game, you want to enjoy it as well. You want it to be easy and simple for kids to kind of understand and get into, and you want the theme to be good, and the theme in this is excellent. I mean, we haven't really touched on the production of this, right? But the illustrations on the cards are really, really cool, where the dragon kind of progresses down the track. You flip the cards over, move the dragon forward, and then the kind of minecart track is suddenly ablaze and is behind the dragon. So it kind of leaves this blazing trail behind him, which is really, really neat. Even on some of the kind of there's like a bat hanging. I don't know if you saw that. There's like a little bat hanging from the cave, and on one side, and then once the dragon's past it, he's kind of scarpered. And kind of flying away. So yeah, little things like that, I think, just are nice.
Yeah, it's a really well produced game, and the version that we were playing, actually, is a bit nicer. The one in person, the little discs have the little illustrations of your character on them. The box itself has it's one of those nice sort of fairly thick card ones that unfolds, and then you've got a place to put your exit cards and your gold cards as you're playing it. So you don't have to do that, but it's one of those very nice thought out designs. I agree. What do you think? You're a player of Clank, Paul. What do you think of my comparison to this as Clank Light? It's a bit of a stretch.
Clank very light,
super light, like
this would be like
semi-skimmed. Not even that, totally skimmed.
1%.
This would be a good little add-on mini game to play with Clank. So once everyone's out, you could then have a little dragon chase or something.
Just on the title, I mean, is it My Gold Mine, or is it My Gold Mine? I feel like it should be the second.
Mine.
Yeah.
So yeah, a great little game. Let's just go straight into some scores, I think, shall we? Paul, what's your score for My Gold Mine?
Yeah, it was all right. I think the artwork and things were good. I think playing it with kids would be great, and I enjoyed it, and it was a lot of fun. But sometimes with those quick games, which is usually quicker than this explanation currently is, but with those quick games, once you finish, you're like, oh, let's just do that again, because it was 10 minutes, it was great, and it was fun. But I didn't have that same feeling with this. I enjoyed it while we were doing it, and then when it was over, I was like, okay, cool. So I'm going to go 6.5.
Nice. Is there another game that you think it compares well to then, and maybe favourable comparison that you think of something that is maybe the same kind of style and size, but maybe did give you that different feeling when you finished?
There's a couple I can think of. My brain's just fried. Scouts, we played a few episodes ago.
Sure.
very good. Yes, Yes, Yeti. I would put that in a similar sort of camp.
It is similar to Yes, Yes, Yeti, actually, isn't it? Yeah.
It's working your way along a track, and I feel in Yes, Yes, Yeti there's a little bit more to do, so maybe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. It is something that we're going to come back to in a near future episode, is just to have a look and do a bit of a comparison and put together a list of our favourite small box games. We have played quite a few. There's a few more we want to play, but watch out for a future episode for that. Anyway, about 10 minutes ago, I was asking you for your scores. So, Seb, what's your score for my gold mine?
I'll probably go a little bit higher than Paul, because I think it's for the target group that it's after is it's a family game. I think it's probably like you're getting kids into one of their first types of board game. Pretty simple, entertaining. For that reason, I'd give it a 7.5, because of the group that it's aimed for, rather than all of us playing together. It would score lower, but if I was playing with my children, then I'd give it that slightly higher mark.
Yeah, I remember that's something I didn't say enough in the intro. Is it's so simple, this game, and I think the fact it's just two choices. You do that one, you do that one. It's so easy. So yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that point. Rhys, thoughts on your score?
I mean, this resonates with me as a Welshman on many levels. In a mine, a red dragon. This resonates with me on a number of levels. I really like the production. I think the price of this, which we haven't touched on yet, is incredible. I mean, it's on Chaos Cards at the moment for £10.95. I think for £10, there's a lot of game there. And especially given the production kind of the box and the components and stuff, like you've said, Tom. I obviously haven't seen them in person, but I think it's a good little game. It's a good, solid game. I'm not going to rank it. I think for families, definitely a yes. I think if you've got young kids, then this is a great game to buy, and I'm going to buy it. But I'm not going to rate it that highly, because it's not the kind of game that I'm the same as Paul. Like, we finished it. I wasn't like, yeah, let's play it again. It was a little bit of fun, but it's quite kind of dialed back in a lot of ways. It's quite subdued as a game, and I think that's great for kids because it doesn't seem uber competitive. It's more you're just trying to get away from the dragon, maybe not trying to beat the other people so much, which I think is fantastic. But for a game to me to play, I couldn't recommend this to friends unless they had kids. So I'm going to give it a 6.
Cool. Yeah, I think I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think I would just rate it slightly higher. The only point maybe is that I do think that this is a game that I would consider playing on like my Wednesday night gaming group as a, let's just have a knock around with this at the end of the night, or just while waiting for someone else to arrive or something like that. I think there is enough there, and it does really suit the need that I have at the moment of wanting to get my kids into board gaming, and it's a good start for that. So I'm actually going to go a bit higher than you guys. I'll go for an 8 on this one, because I think of those sorts of games I've tried, and we have done quite a few now, I think he's one of the ones that I've enjoyed the most.
8. Phenomenally high.
I was thinking for a small box game, is that too high? But actually, it does what I want it to do. So, and the production is great as well.
Well, an 8 on the BGG rating is very good. Enjoy playing it and would suggest it, which is exactly what you've just done.
That is what I'm doing. So that's what we go by.
And I'd be interested to see how your Wednesday night boys find it.
Yeah, I think it's the sort of thing that they'll enjoy. So maybe I'll report back at some point. As we said, it is on Chaos Cards for about a tenner. However, it is unfortunately out of stock at time of recording, but I'm sure we'll get it back in soon. If you could imagine a world where there are other board game retailers out there, you can get it for about 15 quid, just over, delivered from a couple others as well. But obviously, just wait for Chaos Cards. You'll have a great time. I think it is a recommendation overall from us. So check it out if you like the sound of what you've heard, and let us know your thoughts.